kalaye sote na leka kudanda ulaye Jaba muni songe amoye Pamene muni pasa nalama Nisaka chije Kuchenjila bantu bamene bani wana nivutika Nika chinja nishina lumpianya Lord Jesus bless me to bless many
My lovely moments that I've had with my sister. I live in a 2-bedroom house, and my sister actually came to visit me. I had to to give out the bedroom for my children, and we had to just say, okay, we're gonna sleep with the boys. We share the bed, and the other boys sleep on the couch, on the red couch, and we just put everything together. And this is something that I feel like these are moments that we need to share to the world. It's not like because you don't have you don't have money to rent out or stuff like that. I love this place where we are living because it's nearby the supermarket, and I want my children as well to learn how to share because they sleep all of them in one bedroom. And the fact that here in Germany, people, they put it to say like maybe when you have children need to have, every child need to have their own bedroom and stuff like that. So that way I feel like sometimes children, they don't learn how to share, they don't learn to be social and stuff like that. For me, I'm trying to raise up my children to be social people. Go and open for Auntie. Andreas, go and open for Auntie, run on the door. Open for Auntie, okay? Yeah. So for me, I'm trying to teach my children to be social, like the way I grew up. I grew up in the compound, and in most of the places that I grew up, I never grew up with my mom, but in most of the places I grew up, we used to share. Sometimes we could sleep in the in the living room or maybe in the kitchen. We share, whereby you are sharing, and those are things that I think I grew up learning. The fact that we had to do such kind of things. I think it's something that makes you to be, you grew up with that heart of thinking, okay, we share and stuff like that. But if you're growing up with this is mine, like here in Germany, normally people, they have that mentality of saying, this is mine, this is mine, that is mine, that is mine, and there's nothing like social. The fact that I'm doing projects back in Africa, I want my children also to be part of such kind of things. I teach my children to call people auntie, uncle, and it might sound so auntie, uncle, but when they go back there in Zambia, they have to respect people. They can't just bring their manners from here in Germany and take them to Zambia, because Zambia, they are different people back there. So the other thing I wanted to share, because I've seen this happening, whereby it happens a lot in diaspora. When you invite people, let's say you invite a friend, they come to your house, instead of just coming to have lovely moments whereby you can laugh, you can talk about the past, the people who just want to come, they want to see, okay, what does this person has? Does this person have this and this? There's too much of competition running up and down, and the moment that person comes, the moment that person leaves, you just start hearing some phones. Oh, this person was talking like this. Why can't we change and start doing things the way we used to do them in the past? Like, life used to be so nice, I'm telling you, and these are moments that I just keep on remembering the past over and over, and I thought I should share with someone this new month. Why can't we, if you have watched my video today and you have that spirit whereby you visit someone, you want to diminish them, just because they don't have this, you feel like, okay, this person, she doesn't have this, you in the bedroom, this and that. Why can't we live whereby we're just living like family, whereby you just visit, you have good moments, you cook nshima, this and this and this, and that's it. Then you want to go to someone's house, instead of just going to visit, you want to pick anything you want. This is what brings a lot of tension in diaspora, and I've seen it happening that way, because instead of just visiting and stuff like that, people want to bring it like in a thing of, in a way of competition, whereby there's nothing to compete about. Like for me, honestly speaking, I'm a person who has suffered in life, and the fact that I've suffered, some of the things, most people, they might never know what I've gone through, but I'm the one who has gone through such kind of things, and this is what actually connects me with people, because when I I remember my past, there are moments whereby I used to live with one of my auntie. We used to live in one room. It was just a one room. She was married, but in that one room, she could share, whereby she could have me live with her. We just share with the curtain. I think some people back in the compound, you understand what I'm talking about. You just share like only the side of the bed, you put a curtain like this, and the side of the curtain, your auntie and your uncle, they sleep there, then you sleep down on the floor, and you have just that space. That is the place for the kitchen, the living room, everything. You cook from outside and stuff like that. Those were lovely moments, and for me, I feel like I treasure those moments so much, and that's what used to connect us. And if we can like yeah, I'm not trying to talk about people who are damn rich. No, I'm not trying to say why are they rich. I'm just trying to remind people to say love is something that connects us. When you put love face, you won't have that kind of thing. You visit someone, you'll be like, this person doesn't have this and this. It's like you have gone waenda kunyumba kwa muntu kwenda kushita ma setting instead of just going there to have lovely moments and just enjoying. And yeah, that person is not like, for me, I'm living my normal life, and it's not a problem by living a simple life. It's not a problem. I buy clothes from Salaula, and I don't like buying clothes all the time, because most of the time I think about the future of my children. I think about tomorrow. Okay, even though the Bible doesn't tell us about tomorrow, but most of the time I see, why should I buy this only for me to use it for Facebook, just photos or stuff like that, when I can plan about maybe for my children about this. So that's the kind of life that I'm living. So I don't live because people want me to live like this, no, but I live because I have to. Yeah, I need to eat, because there are moments whereby in the past I never used to have such kind of food that I'm having at the moment. But again, I think about others. So if we can live that way, whereby we think about others, we are just living without that word competition. I don't really like that word competition, and it makes me most of the time I feel like, why should we live in a world with the word competition? Because competition, it actually makes you not to progress, because all the time you are checking what did you know. That's life ya makombo ni wakati when waneba wakagula let's say waneba wagula plasma, and we will plasma, then this person buys, then you are like, okay, wagula plasma na ine nikagule plasma. That kind of it's shit. Just live your life and enjoy that life. Life is, you can just enjoy. Just be in your space, get what you are capable of getting. If you don't have money, it's okay. If you have money, it's fine. But at the end of the day, remove that way the competition, then you live a happier life. You know, there are moments whereby I picked food for some people who they might, like some people, they might say, I know you, but maybe they know me from another place. They don't know me from another place, you know. So I have people who know me from different places. But I've led a life whereby I remember there was a time when things were so hard. That moment, when I had to start picking food, that was the moment when my mom had a very rough time. And that moment we used to live in a small room. It used to be a bathroom, but then she used to rent that place for 10 kwacha. By then 10 kwacha was a lot of money, and she could not even afford to pay that 10 kwacha. I remember it was just a rough moment whereby, you know, these are houses whereby they are big houses, but now the bathroom, then that bathroom they could not use it. That was the place where we could sleep. We never had a couch, we never had anything. So that was a moment whereby we used to go to Mandai, whereby we could walk. We could walk to Mandai. We go and pick food in those trash, you know, whereby people, when the white people or people who are rich, they go in these restaurants, they buy food, they leave out some small bones and stuff like that. And when they leave those things, us will just be waiting to see when we put, maybe they leave some chips, you know, these things. You just go and they put that, or sometimes they leave on the table. You just go and pick that, then you run, you go and eat. Then sometimes you keep some of the food, then you go back home, you say, oh, we have this kind of food and stuff like that. And it wasn't that much of the food, but it helped us. I can say it helped us, because that moment we never used to have much food. And how I used to survive again, I used to have this friend of mine by the name of Frida. She was a very good friend of mine because most of the time when I go to a place, I could go there. I help her to clean the house. I help her to do a lot of things in a place. Then she could give me some food. She could help me. Even the mother used to love me. Then she could also help us with small things and stuff. I don't really remember where Frida is, but I hope one day I meet her. But she used to be a very good friend of mine. So such kind of moments, they are moments that built me to be who I am today. Because when I look back, honestly speaking, I just see the grace of God. I see to say, God, it can only be you. Because there are times whereby when you see food in the rubbish, you say, I can't eat this. When someone drinks water, in the past we used to share one cup, one plastic cup, we drink, all of us in that one plastic cup. This one drinks, the other one gets in the same bucket, you get water, you drink. But these times you find that if someone uses the same cup, drinks, you'll be like, I can't use this cup. I can't use it. Can you please wash it? Oh, that is dirty. But we never used to get sick, you know. I'm like, oh my God. Even in the village, we could just drink water in the same cup. We could use things like we could share. And we never used to have moments whereby you get sick. Life was just normal. So why can't we also live that kind of life, like whereby we just let love lead? You know, love is something that we are lacking nowadays. We lack that kind of thing. Someone who has written something, and Liz is still waiting for you. Really? Okay, I'll check in the inbox. Don't worry. I think today I have some time, so I'll go in the inbox and check. I've seen a lot of messages. I'll check. Don't worry. Thank you so much. Yeah, so those moments whereby we share some things and stuff like, why can't we also do the same nowadays whereby, yeah, I know you can't manage to help everyone, but at least let's, for those people who have suffered anyway, not everyone has suffered, not everyone has led that kind of rough time. So for those people who have gone through hard times, those hard times that you have gone through, it's not like God wanted to break you. God was trying to mend you. God was trying to make you stronger. Because I know this moment, if I never led that kind of life, by this moment where I have my own children, I don't have a helper, I think I wouldn't have even been managing to take care of my own home. Even this thing, I remember someone, my friend from school, commented to say that, Liz, you used to be a scripture union person. Where did you learn how to dance? Do you know the person who taught me how to dance? There's this lady where I was working as a maid in Tanzania. And also there's this other lady. I had a boyfriend who wanted to marry me, the sister. She actually taught me how to dance. You know, I led a life of a nomadic life. You know, this nomadic life, I had to experience a lot of things. I had to learn while I was working, taking care of children in other people's homes. I learned also how to manage. That's also, it's part of management, you know, house management. I learned how to do such kind of things. I'm managing my own home today. I've learned how to do budgeting and you know, a lot of things. So I can manage to do small things even when I have rough time. There are moments whereby most people, they don't see, they will just see, oh, a happy Lizzie. Sometimes they don't know, maybe I don't even have a coin. You don't even see, you only see it. Sometimes I even say, oh my God, some people, they're asking money, they don't even know that I'm completely broke. But I'll be like, okay, thank you, God. For me to have some people asking for money, that means they have seen potential in me. But at the moment, I just said, thank you, Jesus. So those are hard times. They actually make you stronger. They actually help you to learn some different kind of things, whereby even though things go a little bit harder, sour and whatever, you still try by all means to work hard. If I never led such kind of, I wouldn't have been doing even business. I think I wouldn't have done that, because maybe I would have been saying, okay, if things are hard, I just want to depend on my husband, like, you know. And I was so like I'm going to share about this. I was so impressed and happy. Last week, my husband actually asked me, because he has been helping me prepare about the journey for Zambia and stuff like that. So he asked me, Liz, oh, I've seen your business is doing so well. Can't you help me with paying the rentals and stuff? I said, it's okay, I'm going to do it. So that, you know, I see my business to be something that is very small, but when I see my husband coming in and ask me for just a little favor, it's something that I feel like, oh wow, this is something that is worth it. If my husband can see me to have a potential, some people will see you, oh, I'm advertising land, I'm advertising lotion for Millie, I'm advertising such kind of things. Those things, they also help me as well, because I got, let me talk about the land as well that I normally advertise. I got myself a free land from Namayo Heritage. It was for free. I didn't, not even a coin. I got that for free. Why did I get that for free? Because I'm a brand ambassador. So I was given that, and I'm so humbled that I can have a free land. The only thing I need to do is only to advertise, it's only to talk about it, it's only to convince other people to buy about land and other things. So it's also a very nice privilege. So if you see me in Zambia, say, oh, here's my land and whatever, don't think as if I've spent money. I was given for free. So it's, I thank God for that also, because for them to identify me, to say, okay, we're gonna give you this and this, that means they had seen potential. This is why I don't underestimate any blessing that comes on my way. I don't look at it to say, oh no, if someone asks for some favor, please help me to advertise and stuff like that. I do it because who knows, to say if that person, maybe that person never had anything, maybe I advertise, someone identifies that person and that person gets a customer, then that money is gonna help them also. They will also help other people. So that's how life is all about. So let's I just thought of encouraging someone out there in this new month of March. Remember, if you haven't been being yourself, just be yourself. Don't live because of people, because if I do this, people will say this and this and this. Don't live like that. Live because of yourself. Oh, my baby is actually sleeping. So just do everything by yourself. Something that makes you happy, then you do that. Because if you are living because of people, to say, if someone, I do this, they will talk like this. People will always be talking. They will always be talking and they will never change. You do something good today, they will praise you. You do something, excuse me, bad, so tomorrow they will say, hey, did you see this and this? So today I will have people who have followed me just today. They don't know about my story. They don't know about anything. They will come and judge me because they don't know anything. So it's not like that. People, they don't know someone, they will just be talking. So for those who know you, they know to say, oh, this person is like this. So that's it. So guys, I think it's enough. I've talked enough. So oh, someone is saying a living testimony. Yeah, amen. I'm actually a living testimony. I thank God. My life is a life of gratitude. All the time I always say I'm living a life of gratitude, because when I even though I have a small space, I see it to be a blessing, because there are people who don't have that. And also me, I've lived at some point, there are times whereby I never had such kind of a life. So I see it to be a blessing. Even when I came here in Europe, I remember the place where one of my friend, actually my ex-friend, saw the place where I used to live. It was a bush. It was the place where I used to live with my husband. It was a one room, and that one room never had anything. I found my husband with 2 plates, and we had a 2-plate stove. We never even had like a TV. We never had most of the things. We had completely nothing, but God started helping us. I started working 4 jobs, cleaning jobs, of which I'm so proud of myself, because those cleaning jobs have made me and my husband to be where we are, because they helped us also to plan. When we get that money, we plan together, we start buying certain kind of things and stuff like that. So it's normal. So you see how life is. You start small, then step by step you get there. Sometimes, yes, there are people who are blessed, things will just drop, boom, they are vachitika. But for some of you are together with me, if things are not happening that way, let's hustle for them. Let's push ourselves. Don't give up. Keep on pushing until you get what you are looking for. So that's it. I know there are times whereby when you're doing something, people will be laughing at you, this and this, but sometimes God will allow people to laugh at you in order for you to have a testimony. So let people laugh. As long as you don't have that spirit of giving up. For me, I think I can say this: if I had a spirit of giving up, I wouldn't have been where I am today, because there are times whereby you have people telling you this and this and this, and if you don't think, that's why I always say, please, before you make that decision, don't allow a lot of people to speak in your life. Because when you allow people to speak in your life, to tell you, to say, this is not good, this is what, you end up being misled. You end up losing direction. Sometimes you need a quiet place whereby you can be alone. You speak to your God. You ask God for guidance. You ask him to say, God, give me direction. God speaks in different ways. Sometimes God speaks in dreams. Sometimes God will just be speaking to you in like you will start thinking, okay, let me just do this. Sometimes you just tell you to say, try to or look for a job this way and this way. For me, when I'm telling you, it's a testament. When I stepping in Germany, I stepped in Germany the very same week. My husband, when I came, he thought maybe I'm gonna say, this place where you are living is ugly or stuff like that. But I didn't do that. I just said, honey, is there a possibility that I can get a job? I want to start working, like maybe I can clean and stuff like that. Then my husband said, yes. Actually, he told me, okay, let me check for you. There's this internet site. It's called Betroid.de. That's where you get a lot of jobs in that website. For those people who are here in Germany, you just go on that site, then you just put your details. You search for jobs in your area where you are living. So I had to search for jobs in that very day. The first day that we started searching, I even had started having calls, people who wanted me to go and clean their places and stuff like that. Then I could not talk because they were using German. I was not good at German language, so my husband spoke and said, oh, she's from Zambia, this and this. Then they called me to go for interviews. I go there, then they just, okay, you can do this and that. That's how I started working. I had 4 jobs and I could do hustle here and there. Yes, baby. Then I hustle here and there. I manage. I say, okay, I get this, I get this, I get this. And I know if that moment when I had rough time, if I was there telling too much people, maybe in Zambia, the people in Zambia, when they see a person coming to Europe, they see only money. They'll start saying, please get me a phone, get me a laptop, get me this. They don't know what you're going through. And if you tell them, say, this is what I'm going through, they don't even believe. So the only person I could share my issues with was my sister, whereby I could share, okay, my sister, I'm going for work. I think some few people whereby I could tell them I'm going to work. I found some cleaning jobs and this and this. And I could go and hustle. I get myself more than €1,000. And that was so helpful in our home. That's how we started planning. The same month, I remember our landlord, because there was a fully furnished apartment, then he said, okay, I'm going to give you this on a cheap price. He actually gave us that apartment on a cheap price with everything inside. Then we had to move from the one room. We moved in that apartment. Then while we were in that apartment, we thank God for every moment. In that apartment, then we started planning, like when we get money, we buy a TV, we buy this, because we knew to say anytime we are moving out of this apartment, we need to have our own things. We had everything, like a bed was given to us, everything. So we started buying now our own things. We start buying step by step. Then that's how we had to move from that place. We moved to the other place. Then from that place again, we moved to this place. So that's the hand of God, of course. So life is about step. If you want things to be so fast, then at the end of the day, you crash. But if you take things step by step, I'm telling you, we are blessed differently. But in as much as we are looking for something in your life, just avoid that spirit of jealousy, of course. Avoid that spirit of competition, because you don't know the journey that your friend is going through. Your friend will come today, have a car. You don't know how they have actually gotten that car. You know, such kind of things. So just to have your own journey that will be so unique. When you look at the story of Joseph, I'm telling you, there is a moment where when you read in that moment when he was from the prison, that prisoner who had actually identified to say, okay, there is Joseph who interpreted my dream. You know, when Joseph had gone through that pain of the brothers wanted to sell him. First they wanted to kill him, then they wanted to sell him, they wanted to put him in the pit hole and stuff like that. So imagine, that journey was only for Joseph. No one also had a story that was like Joseph. No one. So when he was sold out to go now to Egypt, then he was in that house whereby Potiphar's wife wanted to actually have sex with him, and again he had to run away and stuff like that. So now imagine the story for Joseph. We are able to talk about it because it's only him who had a story that was only like him. Like no one else had a story like for Joseph. Even me, I don't have a story which is so it's very important to understand your destiny, understand your own story, understand yourself, to say, okay, I'm Liz, you are maybe John, you are Joseph, or you are whatsoever you are. We are different. I always give an example, my twins, Andreas and Elias, even though they were in my womb, sharing the same placenta, the fact that they share the same placenta, they have got different identity. They have completely different, you know, my twins are identical twins, but they have different character. People, they talk about identical twins to have same things, but I'm the mother of twins. I know what I'm talking about. So you should understand to say every person is unique in their own way. The fact that you don't have certain kind of a thing, that does not disqualifies you to live and breathe the air that we are actually breathing for free. So let me go back to the story of Joseph. So when Joseph, that time when prison had identified to say, okay, there's someone who actually interpreted a dream. And remember that moment, there were magicians, there were other, I'm sure there were prophets who could actually have managed to interpret that dream for the king, but nobody was able to interpret it. That means the story for Joseph was just unique. And when he stood before the king, he said, can you check around? You check who has a story like mine? Who do you think can actually do that? And it was only Joseph who could be able to interpret that dream. So that's the same with you. You alone, you have a different story that you can, no one can ever be you. You have to understand that you are just unique in your own way. So whatsoever you're going through, don't be intimidated because someone has a testimony today, then you think as if I'm not going to have a testimony. Let people have their testimony, celebrate with them, but when your time comes, they will actually also celebrate you. So don't live a life of, oh, because this one has this and this. You, all the time you'll be like panicking because, oh, this one has done this, oh, this, and you know, you're living a panicking life. Just live a simple life and understand to say there is time for everything. When God does something today, tomorrow is gonna, you know, there's season, just the same way we see rain season or cold season and stuff like that. That's how God operates as well. There are seasons. So when this season, God is trying to do something in my life, let it be done according to the way he wants to do it, because it's my season. Tomorrow is going to be someone else's season. And when the time comes, we're going to celebrate that person and stuff like that. So that's the way it should be. So guys, I think I've actually talked enough, and please